So this is basically how you can control the Blender. Let me just turn on the screencast. You can see on the bottom left side which keys I'm pressing. So we can rotate the object by holding the middle mouse, hold shift and middle mouse, and you can pan the object. Hold Alt and middle mouse, and you will be snapping to each view, either top, bottom, or side views. And Control is for zooming. F will zoom to the selected object, or you can press also the period on numpad. When you press also on the numpad number 5, you can switch between perspective and ortho view. 7 is for top, 3 right, sorry, 1 front and 3 for right. When you want to move the object, simply press G and you can move it freely, but that's not really that comfortable. So you want to usually move it on the axis, so press G and one of the axes, so either Z, X or Y. I will press Z, I will press X, and you can see the axis is highlighted and I can move the object, or the same goes for the other axis. All the transforms, I'll move it here, all the transforms are visible here, so location, rotation, and stuff like that. If you want to move the object on just on two axes, you press G, hold shift and press the key for axis you don't want to move. So in my case it would be X, and you can see here I moved it just on Y and Z axis. On the When I move the object on somehow, all the time the last operation is visible here and you can edit it as you want, but it's always only the last operation. You can also move the object with snapping, so press G, axis, and hold Control, and you can see I am snapping to the grid. If you want to have more detailed grid, you will have to switch to either top view or side view, and you can see it's more divided. The more you zoom, the more it is divided. If you check the top view around here, once you start move stuff, you can see how much you move it. Again, you can then edit it here. You can change the snapping here, either here, so it will be always on, and here, this button, you will be switching increment, which means grid, vertex, edge, face, etc. If you have object like like uh, like here, so basically outside of the grid, it will be when you start moving, it will be snapping. It will be snapping like increments. You can see always the same position between the grid lines, but sometimes you don't want it, so you press here and press this absolute grid snap, and you can see it's now snapping to the grid again. If you really need to see the gizmo, you can turn it on like this, or you can have it turned on like always, like here. Go away. If you need to change the position of the pivot is called origin here in Blender. You can do it by placing the 3D cursor like here. Right click, set origin, origin to 3D cursor. And you can see the origin is here. You can reset the origin by simply right click, set origin, and origin to geometry. Each object has its pivot represented by this little dot, and this thing here is 3D cursor. You can use it for stuff like when you want to rotate some object around some other stuff and not by the local pivot. You can use it. Let me show it. Right now it's right now when I want to rotate it, it will rotate around its own pivot point. But I can rotate it around here, so I'll just switch it here, rotate, and I can rotate it like here. You edit the 3D cursor when you hold shift and press right mouse. You can do it like this. Uh, you can snap it to vertices, vertex and or edges or how you want. You reset the position, simply shift S and origin, and that same goes for the objects. Just can't remember how to do it properly, like that. If you want to have more windows to work with, you can simply place a cursor here until it's changed to the little cross, or here, doesn't matter. And simply drag and drop like this, drag and drop, and you can change it to any other window you need. If you want to get rid of it, simply find the join area and get rid of the window you don't want. Right click, join areas, and you are done.